Hello all, welcome to oratraining.com. In this session, we'll discuss about how do we create a file in FTP using Oracle Integration Cloud. Let's see the agenda. The prerequisite for this particular session is you're assuming that you need or you require an FTP connection. And when you are using an FTP adapters, these are the list of operations which are provided by Oracle Integration Cloud. Listing a file, writing a file, reading, moving a file, delete a file, and zip a file is of course a different operation, but yeah, it's like an operation on the file. But so in this session today, we'll be concentrating only on the first operation, like writing a file. In the upcoming session, we'll be covering all these particular supported file operations. Now, to design this integration, sample integration, in which we want to demonstrate how do we create a file in the Oracle Integration Cloud via FTP. So what we require is, you just require a REST connection. You require FTP connection, and integration type is of application, and we are just considering only 3 input parameters. So what are the data which user provides? These particular 3 field values will get created in the file. That's a sample we want to demonstrate. And now, if at all, if you're not aware how do you create a connection, you can just navigate to your Oracle Integration Cloud, click on connection, click on create button. Once you click on create button, you should be able to see the type of connection which you are searching for. Type search, types in the search, you just type REST, select the click on the icon, mention the name, and specify the appropriate role. In our session today, we are always prefer to use a trigger one because we don't want to have any authentication based REST connection. So I'll just, for that purpose, I just use a trigger based one. And once it is configured, you can just save and close. And next, similarly, create an FTP connection, search for the type of adapter FTP, and mention the connection information, and you can go with a role type of trigger and invoke. And then here you need to mention your appropriate FTP credentials, like in my case, it is FTP server, host address, port number, and username and password. Once it is good, yes, you're good for creation of your integration. This is a sample we want to demonstrate today. Like this is a first trigger activity where user provides input, and then the invoke activity wherein we are invoking the write a file operation, and to which we have to map the 3 attributes. Okay, so and you can observe here, like I just provided the data, and when I click on run, the sample file gets created in a respective folder. And why this folder? Because while invoking the activity I mentioned, I just want to create a file in this specific folder in this specific format. Okay, so now we'll just try to demonstrate, or we'll just try to have this integration creation now. So I'll go to design integration, and in integration, just click on create button. I'll say xx file, or simply write file test. Okay, and we'll click on the symbol, select your REST connection OT, the one which we created. Create file or write file. We'll just follow write file. And 3 input parameters. And go with slash. Add 3 parameters. Salary, integer, its salary is string, right? Yeah. And the name is string and salary is integer. Yeah. Yeah. So these 3 parameters. Why is yeah, good. Click on continue and finish. The trigger activity configuration is done. And next thing is you want to invoke the FTP connection. So click on this symbol, press symbol. FTP Connection OT. Write file using FTP. And go with the default, click on continue. Yes, here comes the operation. We'll try to create a file, nothing but writing a file. And what is the output directory? So here, as I mentioned, so this was my existing directory, right? So for testing purpose, what I'll do is I'll just create one more directory inside here, test. So now this will be the full path. I'll copy this full path. And here you can mention the sequence, emp, percentile, sequence, percentile, .csv or text, whichever format you prefer. Click on continue. Now it is asking, would you like to specify a structure? Yes, I prefer to provide a structure. So then what I'll do is I already designed a sample file in my folder. I'll just copy that file. I'll just select this and click on continue. Okay, so now we have to mention what is the record name as well as the record set name. So I'll say emp row is my record name. Emp row set is my record set name. Just record set, record set is nothing but set of rows. A record name is just individual row. So what is the name of your individual row and what is the name of your bunch of rows? My bunch of rows name is row set and individual row is row. That's how I prefer to mention. Click on continue and finish. So the expectation is that we want to create a CSV file. So definitely you have to provide a CSV file format. Let me show you that. Yeah, just 3 parameters. Okay. Now, next thing is when this particular mapping got created for this FTP, click on this icon, edit. Now map the input variables to the FTP file. Query parameters, you should be having 3. And in the row set, you should be having a row. Under the row, you should be having a 3 parameters. EMP number is mapped to EMP number. E-name is mapped to E-name. And the SAL is mapped to SAL. Validate. And go back. Then save. And the final one, primary business identifier, just set it properly. You can just set it to EMP number as of now. Save it. And then we are good for activation because it shows the status as configured. So click on this icon, so it will get activated. Wait for a couple of seconds. You should be able to run it. Click on the icon and run it. Okay. And the EMP number, I just say 1 or yeah, 1. And salary is 5500. Click on run. Let's see whether we should be able to see a file or not. Yeah, it says status is done, but yeah, let's try here. I'll just reload. Yes, perfect. We'll try one more file creation. Let's say I'll mention the employee number as 2, 6,500. I'll just send it a Raj. Click on run. Yeah, perfect. So let's try reload this also. And you can just edit this file to see whether it really had the data or not, right? I'll just click on edit. Ganesh is there. You can try the next one also similarly. It's perfect. So we're able to create a file in the FTP using Integration Cloud. In the next upcoming session, we'll see some more samples with respect to FTP. Thank you.